Welcome back to Set Streets and Eats, guys. I'm Chris Bauer. I am in front of the Timeline Arcade in York, Pennsylvania. This has honestly been on my visit list for quite a while. I just never could seem to work out a trip through or near York, Pennsylvania. But I am finally here today. And I'm actually glad I waited because there used to be some animatronics in here that I had wanted to see. That's why it was on my list. And those have been switched out for another animatronic that I'd like to see, along with a very cool retro arcade. So I hope you guys will join me for my visit to the Timeline Arcade. Well, before we even go in, the window displays and the stuff they have out front are so awesome. They have a Gremlins window, of all things. Look at that old RCA floor unit. Had one just like it in my first apartment. And yes, it was an old TV in the 90s when I got it. I'm not that old. Pretty old though. We got Gremlins movie posters. We've got Spike and another Gremlin hanging from the rafters. The Atari and the old VHS tapes. I love it. And look at this original Pong machine, guys. Man, as you guys know the history of that, it's one of the first games that Atari ever made way back when. Heck, there were so few of them that's Nolan Bushnell, the co-creator of Atari, probably actually touched this one or even worked on it. These old ones are really cool to find. I've seen one in the Video Game Museum in Texas and one in Chuck E. Cheese's corporate headquarters lobby. They have one as well. This is now the third one I've seen. Right here at Timeline Arcade. Pretty significant relic of video game history. The other really cool thing they have out here is just several old coin-op rides, but this one's from Kmart. Love it. They got the old carousel that you set up in front of Kmart, along with all the little penny horses. Of course, we got a Flintstones, Dino from Flintstones. The Ghostbusters one is mega awesome. No Ghostbusters branding, so that's obviously probably wasn't a legit one. It was probably an aftermarket, but still cool nonetheless. And we got a Jurassic Park Jeep. So cool. We've got, if you want to come see Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now, a big one-hit wonder in the 80s. She's going to be here. Got some random banners in this one. Then we have some ducks. But it looks like we're ready to go in. Hello. So right away, this is all you can play. I think it's $25 for the day or $10 for the hour. You get an old wristwatch. Reminds me of the old Casio wristwatches back in the day. But yeah, I have 1 hour now to play whatever games I want to play. It's pretty awesome. And $10, honestly, you cannot beat that. So straight at the front, we've got Marvel and Capcom. We've got a couple different really cool nods, like the Biff Tannen's Pleasure Paradise sign from Back to the Future 2. How awesome is that? Absolutely love that sign. Got some cool murals of Mario and some 8-bit digital characters right over the ice ball. Got some slot machines, a Sweet Turtles game, Punch Out. How cool is that? Play Choice, one of those multiple games from back in the day. Dr. Mario, Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong, and an icy machine? What? We are in the Wayback Machine. Got a couple a pool table and an air hockey table. One of my favorite games ever, Star Wars Battle Pod. I'll probably end up playing that. We got Snowboarder, we got Ghostbusters, Cruising Exotica. Man, this place is already amazing. Look at the E.T. Right next to The Walking Dead. Pac-Man Battle Royale. And some sweet old games over here. More old upright games and pinball machines. Turtles, Time Crisis, Super Shot, Out of Tickets. It's like my childhood all over again. I love these murals in here. They're really cool. Terminator Salvation. Spider-Man the video game. That's an awesome one. Oh, they got Pod Racer. The only good thing that came out of episode 1, in my opinion. Right next to Star Wars Trilogy. Guys, we got an original Star Wars Atari and Return of the Jedi. Oh, that's happening. Absolutely happening. We got the Aerosmith game, Revolution. That's pretty sweet. Narc, Altered Beast, Battlezone Afterburner. That's one of my favorites. Love Afterburner. It's so cool. They got some of the coolest games ever. We're being looked at right now by Slimer himself. Of course, we gotta talk about Dig Dug and Joust. It's like Ready Player One in here. Oh, look at this Dragon's Lair with the old CRT up on top. Oh my God, that's awesome. Don Bluth art Dragon's Lair. Come on, guys. You guys know how much I love this game. This is a classic. So just if you don't know, it's a real brief history, but a man named Brandon Spencer started the Timeline Arcade back in the early 2010s. He opened it in, I think it's Hanover, Pennsylvania. It wasn't until 2016 that he opened the second location right here in York. It's been here ever since. That Hanover location did close down once, and then it is now reopened. And then they've opened a third location. And so they've been servicing this mid-Pennsylvania area for the better part of almost 2 decades. It's very retro, very 80s, very cool, and I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Man, I love that Time Crisis one. I loved shooting games in arcades though. Still do. Smash TV, the Mortal Kombat, all of them. Lots of sweet pinball machines. Jaws! Right next to Fall of the Empire. Oh my God, they got so much good Star Wars stuff in here. Look at this Outrun game. Dude, I haven't seen one of these in 30 years, I'll bet. That is incredible. That's awesome. Oh, and of course, Time Traveler by Sega. The first 3D game I ever saw. I've only seen a few of these. One in Detroit, one in Dallas, now one here. But this place has already got some of the best rare games. Look at this old Whack-A-Mole. This might have been one of them Aaron Fector designs. I know he designed something for Whack-A-Mole way back in the day. This is an original too. Not for play. This might be the one he did. That is awesome. That's exactly how I remember him growing up. It's almost like, this is a museum piece now. They just have the lights going on it. Not for play, historical game from the 1970s. Yeah, it is the Aaron one. Look at that. That's right, if you guys don't know, Aaron Fector created Whack-A-Mole. Also the same Aaron Fector that created the Rock-A-Fire Explosion and Showbiz Pizza Place. Look at that. Still got one of the originals right here at Timeline. We also have next to that, we have Ocean Hunter, which is an older Sega game, but still, I would say 90s probably. The cabinet definitely looks a little bit older. We have like a little mini theater here, like a 90s or 2000s gaming setup kind of thing with those sweet hand chairs. I like that. You can sit there and play. It looks like Nintendo 64, PlayStation, PS2, Switch. That's pretty cool. I dig that a lot actually. We got a Sink It, basically a beer pong game. Daytona, that's the original Daytona. Oh my God. We had this at Discovery Zone. When I wasn't fixing it, I was playing it. I loved this game. This is an oldie. Yeah, 1994. That's crazy because that's when I started at Discovery Zone. I worked at Discovery Zone in Flint, Michigan from 1994 to 1998. That's crazy. We got a classic X-Men game. We got the Turtles up top next to Dance Dance Revolution, but check this out, guys. We've got some sweet shadow boxes here with He-Man toys. There's Battle Cat, Beetlejuice, Gremlins cards, and the Wizard. He's got the DVD cover and an autograph photo by both the lead actors, Fred Savage and I forget his little brother's name. That is awesome. That's a blast from the past. I know that's quite a dated movie. It's almost 40 years old, but if you've never seen it, check out The Wizard. We got some other sweet fighting games, and then they have like a lounge. We have a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza sign up here. Looks like we got a little party room over here for probably birthday parties. Oh, look at the more retro games they have back here. Nick Arcade, Prop Cycle. I haven't seen one of those in years. Title Fight, Mad Dog, Lethal Enforcers. I remember that one, the cowboy game. Both. Oh yeah, the bank robbing game was the first one. Terminator, Jurassic Park, Jambo Safari. We used to have one of those too. House of the Dead, International Shootout. What's this? That's interesting. It looks like a soccer game. Coors Light Bowling. Holy cow, that's hilarious. Final Fight, The Legend of Cage. Not all of these are working, obviously, but a lot of them are. Hydro Thunder, Rush, Marvel Capcom, Indie Heat. That's an oldie. Look at this. That is cool. Captain America and the Avengers. I remember that one. Look at these. Spy Hunter. I haven't seen one of these in years. And Radical. Oh my gosh. Boy, he's got some deep cuts. Whitewater. They got some games that we used to see at, we had one of these at Discovery Zone, Rivet Racing, absolutely. Boy, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Of course, we got a Turtles Drop the Pizza, Spider Stomping, that's a classic. I love that they also put, if it was made in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, they put a sticker on it. I love that. I think that's really cool. And yeah, I see it. We're gonna get to them, don't worry. Dark Silhouette, the sniper game. Time Crisis. Spy Hunter again. Mr. Do, Zaxxon. Look at all of these. Boy, this reminds me of the Seawolf, old stand-up Seawolf game that was made by Midway. Of course, as I always like to say in my Chuck E. Cheese videos, because they're still in Chuck E. Cheese's today, but it's very similar. But Battle Shark, you're going after sharks instead of the sub, so it's very similar makeup though. Look at this 80s section, guys. How cool is this? We got the old couches, which every 80s house had one. My mom had one almost identical to this. Then we got all these floor units. Sega Master System. My Vectrex was my first system, then my NES. That was the third game system I ever owned. Sega Master System. Actually, that's a Genesis. My bad. That was after the Master System. Super Nintendo, and Atari. Oh my gosh. Played video games on so many TVs like this in the 80s. That sweet Elvis clock. We got this up here. I can't remember what that's from. You guys will have to drop it in the comments. I know I've seen it multiple times. I just can't recall what movie or show that was from. Or maybe cartoon, but no, I think it was a movie. But it's like that blob figure with the jetpack suit thing. I don't know. Drop it in the comments if you know what it is. But that brings us to the king, guys. Look at this big guy here. So when they opened in 2016, up here they did not have the king. They had Mick Jaguar and the Sly Cats. Now, those were in here for many years. They would go through times of disrepair where they weren't operating at all, or where they just had real limited movements. You know, as you guys know, these animatronic things, especially the bands, they need constant upkeep. And, you know, it wasn't always possible here. So it definitely was a draw, but it wasn't always working. Then just, I want to say last year, maybe 2 years ago, Caleb Hound Dog, as you guys know him, a big fan, friend of the community, amazing animatronic collector and fixer. He worked out a deal with Brandon, the owner of Timeline, because he wanted the Sly Cats. That was the first animatronic band that he remembers going to see at Joker's when they were the house band at the Joker's Arcade and Pizzeria up in Maine. And that was what he grew up on. That was his childhood. So he worked out a deal with Brandon to trade a king for the band. And I'm so glad he did, because now that band is at his place. I'll put up a clip of it. It works amazingly well. Caleb takes fantastic care of it. And then now the king rocks the lounge, the back arcade area here at Timeline, just like it would have rocked the lounge back in the day at Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater. Oh yeah. And it would have been in all of those. Well, not all of them. Some of them had Dolly Dimples. Some of them had the Beagles. Of course, the King was a very common one. So we're gonna check him out and see him perform here at the Timeline, and then we're gonna play some games. There's the man. Here he goes.
I'll fill 100 to the top. I ain't really, baby, all I wanna know you got another baby. I ain't asking much of you. Well, it's just a bigger love. I will do, hey boy. It's just a bigger love. I will do, give it to me, give it to me. It's just a bigger love. I will do. How about a little cruise with the king, huh? Oh man, rhythm is all in my shoes. Ain't no use of sitting singing the blues. So be my guest, you got nothing to lose. Won't you let me take you on a secret? Ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? I said, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, baby, ooh-wee, baby. Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise? Won't you let me take you on a sea cruise?
Oh, baby. I haven't played this in like 25 years. Going back to Baker's Canyon, here we go. Come on, don't hit the wall this time. Yeah, it's like every time. Oh, I forgot this had turbo. Retired.
I'd like to thank Chuck E. Cheese and all of his staff here, and we hope you have a great time. Baby, getting closer, lights are going dim. The sound of your breathing makes the mood I'm in. All of my resistance, lying on the floor. Love is doing something I never seen before. And I can feel it, way down where the music plays, way down on the tidal wave, way down on the bottom, way down, we all ooh, my head is spinning. You got me in your spell. 100 magic fingers, swirling carousel. The medicine within me, the doctor could prescribe. Your love is doing something I just can't describe. Ooh, and I can feel it, feel it. I promise.
I'm telling you, this game, I can still hear the Swamp Olympics line in my dreams. This used to be like at night during close at Discovery Zone. It would seem like it played every few seconds. Welcome to it's like International Swamp Olympics. And it named off some characters. I can't remember what they are now, but it would just be on like a loop.
Welcome to the International Swamp Olympics, featuring Hoppy, Harry, and Jumping Jack.
Hoppy and Harry and Jump. Oh my gosh, that's a sound straight out of the 80s. That's crazy. I haven't heard that in, I'll bet, 25, 30 years. Wow, that one takes me back, guys. Wow, that's a lot of nostalgia I just got blasted with. Look at these lamps, y'all. Right out of an Avon catalog from '86. These are so cool. Look at some of these. Of course, you got Super Nintendo, which my friends had because I was just getting older, but I didn't get much into it. But man, these ones take me back. Look, we got Back to the Future, Friday the 13th. Oh, with that classic neon blue Jason, Karate Kid. I loved that game. Oh man. Oh yeah, remember that one. Double Dragon 2, yeah, yes. Spy versus, Skate or Die. Holy cow. Haven't played that one in a minute. Oh, Narc, WrestleMania with the Hulkster. You better play me, brother. Oh my God. Double Dragon 3. Dude, what a blast with that. Iron Sword. Absolutely coolest mom's basement section ever. I really wish G.I. Joe was working. I don't think I've ever seen a G.I. Joe arcade game, or in an arcade I should say. Feels like I had one for some system a while back, but that's really cool. It's signed by somebody, unless that's part of the logo. That's pretty cool. Space Invaders, Track and Field. Look at this old Superman game from the 80s. Look at this, 1987. That's awesome. They even have this old bite-sized snack machine. Clearly very old. That is really cool. You drop a quarter in or whatever, you get a little snack size candy bar. You have a Walking Dead pinball game that's pulled away and it's covering up a Burger Time. One of my favorites. Look at that. That's awesome. Also over here, more of this wall decor. It kind of blends in, so you got to look for it. But check this out, guys. So we got a little E.T., we got a little nod from the mom, which I can never remember her name. And I don't recognize her signature, but she was clearly here. They probably brought her in just like they're bringing Tiffany in. But look at this centipede game. I think you guys know what this story is, but this is from the landfill dump. So, and look, it's even got the City of Alamogordo Certificate of Authenticity on Netflix. I think it's still there. There's a documentary about this. And basically the E.T. Atari video game crashed the company. They rushed it out, they put way too much money into it and it bombed miserably. They ended up dumping like thousands and thousands of copies of E.T., Centipede, a couple other games. Atari just dumped them in the New Mexico landfill. And they stayed covered up for decades. And then some people did some retro-archeology, as I like to call it, and found where they had dumped them and excavated the site. And now a bunch of those games are out there for sale, but this is one of them. This is one of the Centipede ones that was in that landfill for a couple decades. It's pretty awesome. Also over here, stuck by the Star Wars battle pods, we got a payphone just randomly on the wall. Always gotta check for quarters. Nothing. Well guys, I played a bunch of games. I got a few keepsakes, some stickers, and a bracelet. I got to see the King perform. Good job, Caleb. He moves great. Hope you guys enjoyed my visit to Timeline Arcade as much as I did. This place is like walking back into the 1980s. It has a Billy Bob's feel to it. It's just awesome. They have not only all these old games, but all these little nods to the 80s. It's so cool. They do a whole lot of events. They bring in people like Tiffany and the mom from E.T. I know you guys are yelling at the screen right now her name, and I cannot remember her name to save my life. Either way, this place is awesome. They do have their 2 other locations. One's I think in, is that Red Barn, PA? I'm probably getting that wrong. And the other one's in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Go check them out. Give them some support. They get it. A vintage arcade with all these incredible vintage games and 80s nods. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're in the area, Pennsylvania area, mid-Pennsylvania, come check out Timeline Arcade and the King. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.